So what are you guys doing? You've taken a sleep. You can all recover a point of edge. You can awake the next morning refreshed and ready to go. And what is your plan?
I'm assuming it's for midnight to infiltrate with me and Bat-Up. Not sure what Amiibo's doing, or however we pronounce your name.
Amiibo, Akimbo.
I'm not already resorting to Amiibo towards brainwashing. There you go.
So, to begin with here, is anyone here that is a muscle capable of doing any social stuff?
Nope. Face guard. Can't do anything. They will scream in terror.
The stand there and look pretty then.
I'm considering with his distinctive style that pretty might not be on the table here. I'm going to assume that you're not that good with social skills either, gun girl.
Gun girl, are you muted?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
here.
Did you not hear my question? Is anyone here able to hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Not sure
can
what the
hear you.
communication difficulty is.
I didn't hear any question, but
Okay, I'll repeat myself then. Do you have any social capability, so to say, if we go to a party together? More or less what I'm asking is, would you be able to at least not cause a scene while I'm trying to fish out some information here, and I kind of want to have some muscle backing me up in case they decide to go, hey, we don't like you.
I can lie. Yeah, she has one rank in coin and is back in fast stock, and that's basically it.
Do you have a Kimbo? Do you have etiquette Kimbo?
5. If mercenary 7.
It's better than nothing. So, what I was considering here is I'm going to be packing a bunch of drugs, more or less, to bring with me to said party. And I'm just going to be casually partying around and trying to find out to see if I can meet some guy from said Norwich, and then just chat him up, more or less, get on his good side, having some drinks and such together, just partying hard until I get on his good side and begin asking a bit if he's heard anything about this Takayuki Nakijima. And that question in itself, I don't have a good way lined up in my head right now, but that might or might not trip them off, and therefore we might be in a room filled with several men with guns pointed at us.
All I can say is I may pose as your bodyguard, say nothing at all. If you let me.
Yeah, totally. What I'm more or less asking is the team okay with this?
Want me to hack from a distance, or do you want me to try and infiltrate?
What are you better at?
Distance.
Yeah.
Jimmy won't be straight into the hole, so we'll be focusing more on the tunnels than the building itself.
Yeah. So, then do it from a distance. That's fine. I don't know what I will be needing your help with at the top of my head right now. I'd like to spend a point of common sense to know if this is a bad idea that I'm about to proceed with, Will.
The idea to walk into the party and attempt to pump the gang for information?
Yeah, more or less, yes.
It is not an inherently bad idea. It's certainly a place where you can get information. If you do it poorly, it might go wrong.
Yeah, if done poorly, it might escalate into bad stuff.
But, that's the case with every plan.
Yeah, yeah.
You probably would know that if you might want to, if you want to catch them at like a good time, you probably want to go in the night.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Because, otherwise they're all going to be just passed out. Unless that's when you want to get to them. It's fine.
Yeah, sitting there with him in the morning, just waiting for the first guy to wake up and begin partying with him. But who knows, they might be like going on long haul and whatnot as well. I do not see any plan or approach other than this, that we could get some more information about the target. I don't want to paint myself into a corner here, but I don't think there's much else we could do at this point.
Nope.
I think it's a pretty solid plan.
Well, there is the bit with getting camera footage from across the store as well, but there's not. Well, we could do it socially or just hack it.
Yeah. How do you want to handle that? Just to make sure.
Well, if you get the camera footage, they might have not put on their hoods or whatever until they reach the store, so we might actually be able to get camera footage of their faces, although I don't know how probable that is, but it's one way to figure out stuff.
And after that, you can back us up on the surveillance if there are any in the party.
All right. Is that Tamra wireless?
The camera across the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Would I know if that type of camera would hold the footage long enough, or is it long enough for me to get the information from it?
Do you have a knowledge skill that would tell you that?
I have hardware. Will you let me use hardware in place of a knowledge skill?
Yeah, sure.
Any penalties or bosses?
No, I'll just let you roll it. You're looking at it, you're thinking, ooh, that model might blah, blah, blah.
Excuse me. Anywho, Akimos will be arming himself with all the weapons he have and pose as a bodyguard. Changing his clothes colors, everything, and might consider wearing the mask in public.
So, Junk Prince, yeah, you're pretty sure that camera would still allow you to get access to the footage from a few days ago.
Right,
You'd
what's
have
the-
to hack into it and then probably use that connection, get some marks on it, use that connection to access some stored files. But, you're pretty sure you could do it.
Wait. I have to have a connection. Oh, right. If I did a mark on the camera, will I be able to? Will I be able to find it back to the file or wherever?
Yeah, if you get enough marks, you can probably do that.
What's the firewall camera?
So this is just going to be using its device rating times 2, because it's not connected to a host or anything like that. It's just one of those standard thingies. It is device rating 5, so it's going to be rolling 10 against you.
Oh, 5? What is this? A high tech? What kind of high camera is this?
It's a good camera. It's a nice area of Bellevue, where
Very
people get
nice.
broken into a lot, as evidenced by the break-in.
Very nice. That's really high tech. In vending machines, in device never mind.
This is a security camera, not a vending machine. Are you happy with that roll?
That's my perception.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was asking about the firewall.
I see. I get you.
I'm going to pull up my track sprite, and I'm going to tell it to try and get the footage I want. But right? We teamwork testing my track sprite.
Right here. Okie dokie.
There's a hat on the fly, so.
Okay. Well, it is limited by its device rating, so you get 1 net hit on that.
Alright. I think it's a firewall, so I don't think it's unlimited, but yeah. Oh, wait, whatever. Alright, how many marks do I need?
Well, what are you trying to do with it?
I want to get the file that, So if I get a mark on it, is that enough to copy the file?
Oh, my matrix spreadsheets. How I despise you all.
That should be added file if you want to get access with 1 mark, if I recall correctly.
1 mark,
I
so.
don't think it takes much, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 1 file. If it's just an edit file action, I'll just do a edit file.
Okie dokie, go for it.
This is my sprite, obviously, I'm teamwork testing.
Sure thing. Righto, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, 2 net hits.
I made a copy of the thing.
Rightio. So you zoom into the records and the files, and you try and take a look see at the recording there. What particular data are you looking for? Are you looking for the break-in or when the deliveries were made?
Break-in first and the deliveries.
Okay, so you scoot back to the break-in. It's a little less clear what's happening from this side, just because it's a little further away and across the street. But yeah, it's pretty much the same scene. You see these 4 dudes kind of rocking up.
Any license plates or anything like that?
They don't rock up in a car. They just walk up from stage left and start kicking in the door and throwing bricks through the window and smashing the place up. However, from this camera, you are able to see them drag poor Mr. Nakajima. Well, I say drag. It's more like you kind of can see a kerfuffle happening inside the store, and then they just kind of carry him out in broad daylight. Well, I guess it's not broad daylight. He was working late, but still.
In preview.
Yeah, they just carry him out.
But we do not see their faces on this camera.
Well, you see their masks again.
Can I do a data search for the mask? Or I'll ask this later. But can I do a data search later to see if that's from? If I know the mask shop that's from?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go back. I'll rewind to the date of the deliveries of the what you're selling. Rewind.
Sure thing. Okay, so so you don't know the exact. I guess you would know the exact time of delivery, wouldn't you? I'm sure.
Well, I'm assuming he wouldn't mark it that much later that he received his new supplies. So
yeah,
I'm guessing like tops 2 hours before the entry was made.
Yeah. So you're able to narrow in and just kind of take a look-see through. And the basic, so are you looking for when it was picked up or delivered?
You want both?
Which one do you want first?
Well, we want to know if it's the same guy that drops it off, that picks it up.
Okay, so you just want to see if it's the same guy. So you do see sort of a delivery being made. This one, a guy in a truck basically just drives up, and in one he takes out a small crate. It's not one of those huge ones. You're able to carry it in 2 hands quite comfortably. Or in 1 hand under 1 arm if you wanted. Just a wooden crate, which he takes out of the van and knocks on the door and gets let in, and then leaves later. And then later, it seems like it's the same guy who made the pickup. It's the same van at least, and he comes in then comes back out with the package.
Is it possible to get some sort of facial recognition on this man so we can search to try to find some data about him?
It's kind of a poor quality.
Wait. You said it was a rating 5 camera, but you're saying it's poor quality.
Right.
That'd be a really good camera.
Right. So if you'd let me finish. So it's poor quality because it's across the street. So it's like far away. And he doesn't really turn to smile at the camera. You can certainly take a look and try and compile something.
Can I use software or electronic warfare here? Like sort of software to see if I can train it up better.
So you
Can I-
can isolate like an image of him, like to the point where he is closest to looking at the camera. I don't know what you mean by like cleaning it up, like zooming and enhancing and all that. I
Yeah.
guess so. If it's future, I don't know if that's actually possible. Sure, why not?
How would the FBI and all that do cleaning up of images? NASA does that for them, and so on.
Okay, I will assume that you are on the technological equivalents of NASA, and
I'm Technomancer.
you can go for it.
All right, should we say that's a teamwork test, and then when else it's a +2 to, well, I don't know. Two hits from my software.
Okie dokie. So yeah, you're able to clean it up a bit.
Should we all make visual perception checks then?
If you'd like.
Should we say that's a +2 then, or what? Hello, people.
You can all make visual perception checks if you want.
Yeah. I was kind of confused why we wanted to make perception checks.
I'm not sure.
To
I
see
just asked.
to see if we can figure out. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Something.
wouldn't you use that for a recognition search though? With
Oh,
metrics?
so I just do a data search then. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out where to go with this
Mm-hmm. So where are you searching?
on the matrix. Is there any
Just
penalties like
for his face?
I'm assuming yeah, for his face. I'm assuming that'd be like a -1 penalty for being specialized.
You can certainly give it a shot. Are you just hoping for like his me feed profile?
I'm hoping that I'll catch something. Maybe something like someone took a photograph and he was walking by or something.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Any modifiers? I'm assuming a -1 here.
Sure.
I'm assuming that lets me know where.
Unless you want to edge it.
No, I need my edge for later.
Okay. So you get a few faces that kind of you think might match it. Like you get a whole list with some facial recognition software.
I haven't done. I tell him it's a dead end. We have to wait for the party then.
Lovely.
I shouldn't.
Um.
Can I call my fix and see if he recognises the die?
You certainly can.
What would this be? Connection ×2.
Sorry, who are you calling? The Johnson.
My fixer.
Oh, your fixer. Sorry. I misheard you. Yeah, connection ×2 plus loyalty.
Alright.
Yeah, he doesn't really recognize the face. Looks like it could be anyone. He does look Japanese.
Right. Do you want to talk to Johnson? I asked Midnight
Talk to Johnson about what?
about this person, or should we just wait for the party?
If we talk to Johnson, we'll just rile her up. So no, that might just lead to unnecessary actions on her end. Sorry, I was just addressing something in chat. My bad for being distracted here. One thing that popped into mind though is what's your guys' opinion about offering up that we actually want him kidnapped and are interested in hiring someone to do a job like that, and we would have been interested in at least paying like 32,000 for him. Obviously, we are not paying the money, but just to set up a meeting where our more muscle-heavy kinds of people could perhaps have some fun as well.
Trade-off?
Yeah, trade-off, I guess.
If you are feeling confident on your combat, sure. I mean, you cannot just rely on me and Gun Girl, right?
No, I know I'm able to participate in combat without any major issues. But I am also confident that you will be better at it than I am.
We just need a vehicle right now for transporting the, what do you call it, the Johnson. Make it up like a truth trade-off or something. You get what I mean?
No, not fully, I'm afraid.
Sorry, it's like you can expect to go to a trade-off with just a car, right? You need a van to actually disguise yourself as a trade-off, so nobody will suspect anything except that there are 4 people versus the other 4 or something like that. In the middle of nowhere.
Right. So, but how does this sound? I'm just asking to get your confirmation, so it's not something I bring up as I talk to the guy or woman.
Right. I'm fine actually.
Fair enough. Nobody objects.
Hello, are you guys muted?
No, I'm here. So I guess I'm going to be making my way to this hotel then with Akimbo.
Okie dokie. So, the hotel is not difficult to find. What time are you heading over there?
I'm going to say 9-ish p.m.
Okay.
I am going to be bringing with me a little bit of drugs to share around as well for the party.
What drugs are you bringing?
Let's see here. I'm going to be bringing jazz for myself, 10 doses of cram. I'm going to be bringing 8 doses. No, I only have 7 doses of Nova Coke remaining. Do I wish to bring me something more? No, I don't think I want to give them any of that other stuff. So yeah, 10 doses of cram, 7 doses of Nova Coke, and 2 doses of jazz for myself mainly.
Sounds pretty solid.
Well, you never know, it might be a big party.
Well, it's taking up the entire top floor of the building, so...
Yeah.
So Midnight and Akimbo, you are going to the hotel. It's quite a nice looking hotel. It's in an A-rated area in Bellevue. There's, parking and a little foyer that you can walk into. It's very pleasant.
I'll be following Midnight all the way.
Yeah, so I'm more or less going to be rocking up. I don't have a different image for the suit I'm using today, so I'm just going to say I'm still rocking that red one. And I'm just going to be walking in like I own the place, more or less, and I'm going to be heading over towards the elevators.
Okay.
Yeah, Will, I'm gonna steal this image. This guy over here.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I'm
so-
gonna use him.
I just have one question for you guys. What are your lifestyles?
Low.
Oh, that's right, that would have been an issue. Yeah, my lifestyle's low as well.
Okay. So you're going to walk into this place, and you are really not going to look, especially Midnight is a troll, is he?
No, he's an orc.
Oh, sorry, I was misled by the picture there.
Yeah, as I said before, I don't have an image for midnight because all the orcs look fuck ugly that I can find.
That's kind of the point. So, yeah, you rock in, and Akimbo, you said you were wearing your mask, or are you taking it off at this point?
For the moment, wearing the mask, having a designer cloak, wearing sleeping tiger, long
Oh,
coat as well.
hold on here. What's this mask you're wearing?
Again, stealing that. You know, the one over there. The
Are
guy
you
with the-
honestly walking in with a metal helmet with yellow tinted glass eyes?
Yep.
I would not be walking in with you if my life depended on it, good sir.
You want to teaser him?
Fine, I'll take off the mask. Sheesh.
Does the mask reveal your horribly scarred distinctive style face?
Yep.
Before you can't hide distinctive style stuff on the hub.
I think that's probably true. I'm happy to let it fly this time, just because wearing a mask is just as damning. So yeah, you can walk into the place, and you low lifestyle scrubs just kind of walk into this place, and you start heading towards the elevator. And there's going to be a little arrow that kind of says, "Go to the reception desk."
Okay.
You don't think that this typically happens. It's like it was sent specifically for you.
I am going to at least accept the gesture and turn my head towards the reception desk. Is there someone like looking at me or like asking me to come over?
Yeah, there's a receptionist looking at you. And she's like, "Excuse me, can I help you?"
So I'm just going to be walking over to her and say, "Yes, you pinged me."
She says, "Yes, sorry, you look like you might be lost."
I know my attire might not be as formal as this fine establishment might require. I merely intended to head up and visit the party my friends are hosting at the top floor, and I have a change of clothing up there already.
So upon you mentioning the top floor, she's like, "Oh, okay. I suppose you can go on up then. Thank you for your patronage.
I thank you for your time, ma'am.
And you will be allowed to go to the elevator."
Yeah.
So I have to say, Akimbo is wearing sunglasses inside a hotel.
A lot better than a metal helmet with yellow tinted glasses.
Yeah, it's just a fluff thing, so. Moving on.
Yeah, so we head towards the elevator and begin making our way up.
Okay, so you hop into the elevator and hit the top floor. Roll edge. No, I'm just messing with you.
I'm-
So
I-
you can head up to the top floor, no problem.
I mentioned if you can put an AR over the Tom links you want me to hat. Just let me know, or anything you want me to do, okay?
I just realized I don't think I have a camera on me. That's bad. Oh well,
I have.
you got a micro camera.
Yeah,
Hold
don't
on,
go.
give me a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a micro camera.
Lovely. So if you don't mind me, I'm going to borrow that.
Take it. Take it.
Yeah. Just in case we need something recorded. I'm going to have it turned off at my not sleeve. What's it called? Collar. So yeah, once we hit the top floor, what do we see?
So you see a lot of things. Excuse me. So the doors open, and upon opening, you see one long corridor heading off from left and right. There's like a little curve, and then there's a corridor going one direction, another corridor going the other direction, with hotel rooms on either side. There is music playing. It seems like there's a different song being played in every room, and it's causing this like horrendous, awful mix, this awful cacophony. You know, someone's playing opera at the same time someone else is playing like heavy death metal, and it's just the worst. The like corridors themselves, like the hallways, they seem to have set up these plastic slides and filled it with soapy water. And there are one or two sort of half-naked men and women unconscious at the ends of them. Like maybe they passed out mid-slide and just wound up on the other side of the hallway.
Or people just grab the unconscious people and throw them down the slide to get rid of them.
That's also a perfectly viable reason. That's what you see right away. There is kind of some graffiti on the walls. It looks like a couple of lights have been smashed.
Well,
So yeah, I'm going to turn towards Kimbo and say, "You want some jazz or crab?"
I'm fine. I tend not to take anything in a job.
You sure you're gonna need it for this party? I'm just telling you.
I'm your bodyguard. I'm not supposed to have anything. Remember?
It would totally be suspicious, but fine. Have it your way. I'm going to make an educated guess that I would most likely find people to fit in amongst where they're playing something like rock or maybe metal. Considering you mentioned that he played pretty much nearly everything here, I'm suspecting that won't be that hard to find.
Which one are you looking for in particular? Sorry.
I'm looking for somewhere where they play rock. Not screamo perhaps per se, but rock/metal.
Okay, so as you walk down one of the corridors and you're kind of trying your best to listen for specific tunes, which is a little tricky, honestly. The most sort of out of place room is the one that has its door closed. That is like the only thing that really stands out. It doesn't have rock playing behind it, mind you.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to be popping into one of the rooms, I guess, and begin following along with the song. Perhaps people are drunken, doing coke on the table and whatnot.
Okay, so you're opening the door?
Not the only door that's closed. I'm just popping into one of the open
the
rooms.
other doors? Okay, so yeah, what you described is pretty much exactly what you see, but times the debauchery to like 11, you know? So there are people everywhere of various meta types, kind of strewn about the place, wearing bathing suits or not bathing suits,
Or nothing at
they
all.
look like they are in varying stages of being completely stoned out of their mind. It looks like a bunch of prostitutes have been hired for this place, and they just kind of fill out every room. There's a chicken or two running around. You know, it's that kind of party.
There's a chicken what?
There's a chicken or two running around.
Huh.
You see some blood on some of the walls and some of the bedspreads.
Fair enough. So I'm going to roll my booze and hookers skill here to see if I can figure. No, I might have a different one. No, I think booze and hookers is the most applicable one here to figure out who's a prostitute here and who's not a prostitute here.
Okay.
God damn.
So the prostitutes are pretty easy to spot, to be honest. You think that not every like person up here is a prostitute. There are several. In fact, there's probably more people who aren't prostitutes than are. There are several women that probably came up here of their own volition, or are just sort of friends of the gang or girlfriends of the gang. There are likewise several male prostitutes and male friends of the gang, etc.
Fair enough. So I'm just going to be rocking down in a couch or similar that I find, where perhaps they have a mirror or something easily available to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mirror or two around here. In fact, there's probably one room that is just like they've set up mirrors just all over the place, all around the. Yeah, you get the idea.
I just want to double check the vector of Cram before I continue speaking.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, I sit down at some random couch more or less and just go, man, this is one badass party.
So a few of the people stir, and one girl's like, "Yeah, it's the best. The Nova Rich always throw the best parties."
Before that, drug recognition, street drugs roll. What do I see?
Every drug under the sun.
Well, shit. Oh well.
Maybe not all in this room, but scattered around, just like yeah. They kind of have everything that you might find under like the standard drug list. Probably a few from the other books that I haven't really looked at yet.
But yeah, so fuck. Oh, I kind of got stuck in a few things. Sorry, I'll put my headphones off. So I'm just going to say, man, the Nova Rich must be some real cool guys hosting this party for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they do this shit all the time. They spread the wealth. That's what they're all about.
By the way, is this drug just to grab, or I mean, I have some cram if you want, but is this just for free for all of us?
She's like, yeah, it's like what do you call them? Like a party bag. Yeah, just take what you want, man.
What's at the table right now?
Let me roll. I'll roll for what it might be.
So many drugs, it's getting ridiculous. Why are they not
so
crashing or dying?
It's gonna be jazz at the table you're sitting at. A huge amount of jazz. So it's like I think that's it's inhalation. So it's just like this.
It's
like
a popper.
Tony Montana like cocaine pile. It's like kind of like that, but maybe not quite as big.
Ooh.
I kind of see jazz as the symbol from Fallout for jet. So yeah.
Would you like to take some?
I believe I'd like to take some jazz, mind you, good sir.
Okay. So if you take it, you are going to get +1 reaction, +1 physical limit, and +2d6 initiative.
I'm just typing up my addiction roll to jazz right now.
Okie dokie. Jazz is.
I only know it in my head. I haven't done it.
Yeah, addiction roll 3. You should be fine. Yeah, there you go. And we need to roll for how long it lasts.
Yeah, 1d6 for duration.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that. Okay.
20 minutes, not that great.
Not that great.
Oh well, so I'm just going to be like, oh, this is good shit, not that street cooked shit you usually come across.
She's like, yeah, they bring in the quality.
Man, it would be the best to thank these guys in person, though.
She's like, shit, yeah, they love gratitude. It's room, that one. And she like just gestures vaguely towards the door.
The closed door.
Right, yeah. They're a little more private, but I'll let you in.
Sorry, is the girl wearing clothes?
I'm going to judge intention. Her. I doubt it's her intention, but if it's actually something they do that they let people in since they actually close their doors.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Okay. You don't think like she's lying to you. She at least believes what she's saying.
Yeah, which I expected as much. Would you say a gang Seattle would be applicable to know if this is standard for them when they host parties?
If what is standard that they
That they are okay with people coming in showing gratitude in their own room, so to speak.
I mean, they seem like an egotistical bunch, so it's not entirely outside the realms of possibility.
Yeah, I know it's not entirely outside the realm, but I'm asking if it's possible to roll for confirmation.
Sure, you can roll for confirmation.
Sorry, just to interject a moment. The girl, is she? She's just a normal girl, right?
She is. Let me roll. Whoops, I don't know why I did it like that. She is an elf.
Okay, then. She's an elf. She's a what? Normal girl, prostitute, etc.
She's not a prostitute, no.
Normal girl.
She looks like kind of a sorority girl or something that was picked up here. Assuming sorority means what I think it means. I don't live in America.
Yeah, I whispered to her, "Get out while you can, please, for your own sake, and follow midnight."
She looks up at you and she's like, "What? What are you saying, man?"
Drugs are bad for you.
she has this look. She's like, "Oh, guys, this guy doesn't like drugs. This guy said that drugs are bad for me." Like, shit. What are you, a cop? What are you, a
No.
cop?
No, I'm just doing my job on dragging his ass when he's high. I'm pointing to midnight.
She gives you kind of a suspicious look. Go ahead and roll me etiquette.
Edging that. Yep.
So she looks assuaged for now, but she definitely gives you the stink eye for a while. Like, you
Good
telling
enough.
her that drugs, like, to stop taking drugs like that.
Good enough.
She's curious as to why that's going on.
Yeah. Moving on.
Okay. So what are you guys doing next?
Everything is so far points to that I should. I'm assuming that my 4 successes confirm the what you told me before, anyhow. So.
Yeah, pretty much. It's you think like it's probably okay. Like you're gonna need to butter them up and like be courteous and like do the etiquette thing. You're not gonna just be able to walk in willy-nilly. But
yeah, sure. Question though, is it acceptable to spend the GMP mid-run, because I'm kind of short on funding, I just realized.
What are you trying to buy?
No, it's just so I have more spending money on me. I am fine with you saying no, but I'm expecting there to be a expense from me getting into this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, but we'll see how it goes.
I assume you don't have any money either, Akimbo?
700.
Shit. Well, so yeah, I'm going to be approaching the door, at least that's closed. Is there a door guard or anything by it?
No, it's just a door. It's closed.
Yeah. I'm going to try to use my select sound filter to filter out the music coming from everything else. And try to listen in if I can hear the conversation behind the door.
So you're trying to use your select sound filter to like listen into the sound of voices?
Yeah, if I can hear what they're talking behind the door.
Go ahead and make me a audio perception. This is going to be at a -3. Some of that is this is including basically the super loud music, the door, but I'm negating it because of the select sound filters. So -3 overall.
Yeah, that puts me at 3d6. I'm considering edging this. How much edge would I possibly need in there, though?
I'm rolling as well, having 6 in perception.
I'm going to be edging this. I want to point out that I'm not really leaning in and doing the obvious. I am trying to listen in. I'm just pausing for a second to see if I'm able to hear what they're talking about.
That's fine.
Likewise, I'm gonna roll 6 dice with select sound filter rating 3. So 6 dice.
Sure, if that's correct. I don't know your dice pools.
6 dice.
I am going to be edging this. Pre-edging.
Okie dokie.
Damn it.
Ouch. Ooh, not so ouch.
6 successes.
So yeah, you can hear pretty well through the door. There's quite a few conversations going on, is the issue. There doesn't seem to be anything of major consequence being said. You hear a lot of things. You hear someone who sounds like they're growling. You hear several sort of just regular conversations. You hear one voice in particular that is quite loud. And sort of a little more what's the word? I don't want to say commanding. Like just a little more of the leadership variety, sort of. It demands your attention than the others.
Leadership?
Something like that. You also hear the sounds of several prostitutes, presumably plying their trade in there.
Sweet shit, Ome. So yeah, once that has been taken care of, I guess. So I have 2 edge remaining. I am going to be opening up the door and proceeding in.
It is locked.
Huh. So I am going to knock on the door.
How loud? How hard do you knock?
I'm going to... Would you allow me to roll my sex, drugs, and rock and roll skill to judge how hard I'd have to knock?
Yes, I will. I will let you roll that knowledge skill. To learn
Which is weird, though.
How much you need to knock on a door.
Would focus on rock apply here?
Sure, why not? You know exactly how hard you need to knock on this door to not break it and to still let it be heard.
Yeah, so I slam it like a rock star.
Excellent. And there's a brief pause, and the door opens. And what you see is a bit of a strange sight. It is this pasty, kind of flaky-skinned, hunched-over orc. He kind of looks like the sort of person who hasn't really seen the sun in a long time, and he's got these scabs all over him. And when I say all over him, I mean all over him, because he's just wearing a pair of like tatty boxer briefs. And he has a metal chain around his neck.
Not a big golden chain? I'm totally disappointed.
And he looks up at you with kind of crooked teeth and one sort of dead eye. And he points at you with a hand, and he's kind of pointing with one finger, but he's missing half the finger, so he's just pointing at you with a stump. And he says, "What do you want?"
Man, I just heard that if I want to show my appreciation for these super swell Nova Rich fellas, this was the place I should go. This party is super fly, and I feel like I want to show my appreciation, perhaps do a line of Nova Coke with the fellas. You know, Yes, usual. I don't even know if they've done Nova Coke through some paper New Year before. Man, that shit is fly.
So he looks at you with kind of this disgusted expression, and he looks at you and he says, "We don't want you." And he goes to shut the door, but as he goes to do so, someone pulls on his chain, and he is yanked neck backwards and just falls on his ass, and everyone is like laughing uproariously in the party at this. And the door swings open, and there is a man who is dressed to the nines, who has a chain that the other end of the chain, and he is sitting on this sort of makeshift throne of what looks like they've torn up the bed, and broken it, and kind of piled stuff high, and he's kind of surrounded by these shopfront mannequins that have obviously been stripped of any clothes, and he's kind of looking at you with this huge grin on his face, and he says, "I heard what you said. I'm always happy to have new friends come in and tell me how much they like me. Come on. Party's only just starting."
Indeed, and ain't the night as young as we are, my friend. As I open up the door and let myself in. I hope you don't mind, I have my +1 here to show his gratitude as well.
He opens his arms wide and he's like, "Hey, the more the merrier." And anyone Pelt doesn't like, automatically on my top 10. And this kind of pasty orc kind of crawls his way into a corner where there is another orc of a similar variety, though female. And they kind of huddle together in the corner, kind of animal-like, shaking.
So, as I look around, I must say I am impressed what you've done with the place. I love the throne, bro.
Shit, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it took all of, 20 minutes for my minions here to set that up for me. Isn't that right, minions? And they're all just like, "Yes, boss!" And, go back to taking drugs and screwing prostitutes.
Is there any clean corners that I can stand? I mean, seriously.
You want to stand in the corner?
No, I am standing in the corner, aren't I?
Okay, so most of the corners are occupied.
Crap.
But you can force your way into a corner if you want.
No, I'll be just standing beside Midnight.
Perhaps you can just walk up to a corner and ask if you can join them as well.
Nope. In a job. I'm being professional.
But I'm just standing there. I must say, man, you must be some dude with some mighty influence. I mean, the entire hotel seems to be at your bidding. I must say, you are one cool fly cat.
He chuckles and he says, "Well, shit, it should be. I practically own the place."
Why not?
Oh, I'm sorry for my manners here. My name's Jack Streets. Not the best of names, but hey, an orc's gotta make a living, you know?
He laughs and he says, "All right, well, I'm Dancer. You might have already known that." And he gestures to the orcs, and he says, "That's Pelt and Pop. This guy here," and he gestures to sort of this thuggish troll who is standing at his throne side. It's my right-hand man for now, until I get a new one. His name's Cackle. I'm sure we're all very pleased to meet you. Isn't that right, guys? And they're all like, "Yes, boss."
Oh shit, you're the Dancer! Man, I am honored to meet you. Might I ask, why is he called Cackle?
He looks at him and he says, "Well, shit's because he's laughing all the time. Isn't that right?" And Cackle opens his lips in a smile to reveal like almost no teeth, and seemingly no tongue, and he just kind of lets out this raspy, like. He says, "Yeah, cackle. It's an ironic nickname, pal."
I just, I'm doing my best to fake a laugh here, going, "That's amazing! Oh, you must tell me how you. Oh, I feel you and me, we got some places to go, man. I can tell you, you're a cool cat, and I want to get to know you. I mean, just look at what you've done with the place. I can tell you, you're going for the top. The sky is a little bit higher."
So he hops down from his throne. And how close did you get to him?
I stepped in a few meters into the room. You didn't give me a proper description of how the room is, so
Right.
I'm guessing
it's a
I'm
pretty
roughly
huge-
three
huge
to
room.
4 meters in front of him, depending on how loud the music is and such. I'm not trying to take any liberties here, so to say.
So yeah, this is a pretty huge room. It's like the penthouse suite. So yeah, it is large. It's probably bigger than your average low lifestyle apartment.
Yeah, I'm expecting that.
And yeah, he's going to hop down, and he's going to walk over to you, and he's going to get really close to your face, and like this kind of happy-go-lucky demeanor that he'd been putting on is just completely gone. Like he's just got this stone cold face, and he's going to reach up one hand towards your face.
I'm going to roll judge intentions here.
Okay.
Wait, I'm rolling as well.
Okay. So you definitely don't think that this guy is like above hurting you.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, you don't think that this guy is above hurting you. Like he doesn't look like he's being your friend right now.
Yeah, no, I can
and
feel that.
He's reaching up to your face, and he's just gonna do that kind of mafia-esque thing where he just like puts his hand like around your neck, not around your neck, but just like on one side of it, and like pulls you in close to his face. And he says, "Right, you're talking like you want some kind of partnership, but what are you here for? What's your game, friend?"
Alright, you got me. You see, there's this guy that I want. You feel me? When someone's been disrupting your game, you kind of want them a little bit on your own, if you get what I'm saying here.
I don't get what you're saying, friend. Maybe you should speak clearer.
Is it?
I want a guy delivered to me so I can torture him until he's dead.
So upon that, the room explodes, and you'll die. No, it explodes into like uproarious laughter, and Dancer kind of holds up a finger, and everyone stops. And then Dancer starts laughing, and everyone starts laughing again.
What the fuck?
And he says, "Well, shit. Why didn't you say so? And this is something you think we can help you with."
Well, I heard you were the best cat suited for the job.
Is that so? And who told you that?
I have some friends on the street. They tell me you some respectable cats.
Ah, of course. The enigmatic street, of course. I get it. I get it. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Well, maybe we can help you. Maybe we can't. Depends on who this target is. Also, I see, Junk Prince, you are rolling for various things. So yeah, you get 3 questions. With your matrix.
Anything running silent?
There is something running silent. So his comlink, which is a... do I have the thing here? There you are. One moment. Everything is being suddenly very slow.
Mhm.
So yeah, while I'm waiting for this to load, yeah, he does have a comlink running silent. If I recall, it's not particularly high device rating. I think it might be 3 or 4.
Right. Is there a cyber debt about as well?
A cyber deck, you say? There is going to be a cyber deck somewhere on this floor. Yes. He doesn't have it, but someone else here does.
Right. And what's the rating of the what model is the cyber debt? Can I ask that question?
You can certainly ask that question.
I asked it.
That's going to be all 3 of your questions. Is that okay with you?
That's fair enough.
Okie dokie. I swear I had all this stuff somewhere. Yeah, I believe it's just... I think it's called the Hermes Chariot. And yeah, so he's looking you dead in the eyes, midnight, and he's like, "So, who do you want us to find?"
Well, you see, there was this man who he tampered with a few goods of mine, and I want him dead because of it. His name is Takayuki Nakajima.
So, at that, this guy just stares at you right in the eyes, and he says, "You're kidding, right?"
No, I want him dead.
Shit, what'd he do?
You see, now we're getting into a bit of a personal matter for me. If you want to discuss pay, that's fine, but if you don't want the job, that's a different thing.
So he's going to pat you on the cheek, and he says, "Now, I think you're right. We are a bit of a misunderstanding here. See, you seem to think that you're making the plays, but you're in my kingdom. And when I want to know something, when I want something to happen, it happens. So, tell me, what did this man do to you?"
You see, I had this, let's call it a artifact, imported, and he was supposed to keep it on the down low while I was sorting a few things out with my Seattle contact, and he sold it to just some random passerby. And from now, what I can see now, he's all gone up and vanished.
He looks you dead in the eyes and he says, "Well, I can see how that would make you angry. Why come to us?"
I do not know what more I could say. Out of character here. I do not know what more I could say to this guy right now about why I am here.
Okay. So he is going to say, "Well, I think we can certainly help you out with this little problem. I'm sure we can get everything straightened out. Isn't that right, boys?" And everyone's like, "Yes, boss." And he says, "See, these guys, they're looking for..."
Judge intention, does he intend to start a fight?
You can certainly roll that. And he's going to say, "They're looking for Takayuki Nakajima. You guys heard that name before?" And everyone's just like, "Oh, boss, no, I've never heard that name before in my life." He says, "Yeah, I'm betting most people haven't heard that name in their life. So I'm led to wonder, when 2 street rats walk into my kingdom. 4 successes, he is definitely getting angry. I'm led to wonder what business you have coming in here, and, well, let's be honest, lying to my face. I think there's going to need to be some kind of, what's the word? I don't want to say retribution. That's a strong word, wouldn't you agree?
Depends on when the word is used.
He smiles and he says, I was considering using it right now. He says, so, I'd like to thank you for coming out here, but I think our business is finished. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, we seem to have come at an end.
And he is going to hold his hand out to you to shake your hand.
I am going to judge his intention or why he's doing this.
Okay.
Please not be shot hand.
So you don't think, like, it's weird. He seems to shift, like, his intentions and his personality, like, in an instant. So there doesn't seem to be traces of anger anymore. He seems to be pretty, like, happy with the situation. Just seems to be going to shake your hand.
Well, I have no reason to decline him, and it would be rude to decline him for other reasons as well. So I am going to shake his hand.
Okie dokie. So he is going to activate his shock hand. As he
I figured as much.
So I believe that is 9 stun to resist.
It would not surprise me.
So go ahead and roll your just your soak test.
Yeah, body plus armor.
Yeah. I don't see a roll yet. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
You happy with that?
let's see now. I spent... How much edge have I spent since I came here?
You said you had 2 left, I believe, when you came into this room.
Yeah, I don't think I've spent any in this room, so I should still have 2 remaining. And that's 5 stun. That's a bit of stun to take. I don't think I want to take that stun just yet, or do I?
Entirely up to you, but I'm going to need a decision.
Yeah, fuck. I am going to be I'm going to be edging that.
Okay.
So I soaked it all.
Holy. Ooh.
So, what happens after this?
Sorry, I forgot to mention that was minus 5 AP on the first one. I'm not going to enforce that, but we should keep that in mind next time. You soak all of this, so he just, like, shock hands you, and you just don't flinch. And he looks up at you and he's like, well, shit. Guess you're a little tougher than I looked. And he kind of tries to withdraw his hand.
I wave my hand off and I say, I believe you said business was concluded. Now,
He puts up his hands and he's like, well, shit, yeah, I don't want to mess with you. At least not solo. My boy's here on the other hand, and this is initiative time.
Yeah, I was going to say, would there be time for me to do a Ki shout at this, but I don't feel like you're giving me the room for it.
Well, you like as you let him take his hand away. Like if you just
Yeah.
attack him immediately.
Oh well.
So initiative time.
Well,
Just think
bloody
up.
hell.
I told up my trap sprite, so he'll be part of spirits or sprites, whatever.
I apologize for dragging you into this combat, by the way, Akimbo.
I'm fine. It's you I'm worried.
Well, he'll thrive. He's lucky. Oh, he's only got 1 point, but he's still lucky.
Oh well, I have a large edge pool. In worst case, I'm going to have to burn some edge.
I just need to know how many persons are there.
Oh, God, there's a lot. So you should also bear in mind, Midnight, that you have your +2 from Jazz that you took.
Yeah, I have the
Plus 2d6.
+2 to Jazz. Yeah, +2d6 and +1 reaction. So yeah. That is a poor roll. God damn. I want to say, well played. You're keeping me on my tippy toes here.
Well, I'm not sure you should be thanking me, but okay. Or rather saying well played or congratulating me, whatever. But I appreciate it. If you guys want to take a quick break while I add up all of these initiatives and you prepare for combat, that would be fine.
I don't need anything.
Yeah, quick break should be good.
Okay.
Like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.